Africa, a continent synonymous with natural resources. For centuries, gold has flowed from its mines, enriching empires and fueling economies. From ancient Egypt to the colonial era, the allure of African gold has been irresistible. Yet its extraction has often come at a heavy price. The promise of wealth rarely reached the hands of those who toiled in the mines. Today, gold remains a significant part of many African economies. It provides jobs and generates revenue for governments. However, the industry is plagued by challenges. Corruption, environmental degradation, and worker exploitation cast a dark shadow over the glittering promise of gold. The question remains, is Africa truly benefiting from its golden resources? Recent years have seen a surge in Chinese investment in African mining, with billions of dollars being poured into the sector. While this influx of capital holds potential for economic growth, it has also brought about alarming reports of worker abuse and exploitation. In Ghana, small-scale miners, many of them women and children, are being displaced by large Chinese-owned operations, losing their livelihoods and facing uncertain futures. These operations often lack proper safety measures, leading to frequent accidents and fatalities, putting countless lives at risk. The pursuit of profit should never come at the expense of human life. It is crucial to address these ethical concerns and ensure the safety and well-being of all miners. Section 4. The true cost of gold. The human cost of gold mining is staggering. Every day, thousands of miners toil under the scorching sun, facing grueling conditions that take a toll on their health and well-being. According to a 2023 report by Human Rights Watch, the situation is dire and demands urgent attention. Chinese mining companies in Africa have been implicated in forced evictions, land grabs, and environmental destruction. These actions have displaced entire communities, leaving them without homes or livelihoods. Workers are often subjected to hazardous conditions, earning meagre wages that barely sustain their families, and receiving little to no protective gear. This lack of basic safety measures puts their lives at constant risk. The lack of transparency and accountability allows these abuses to continue unchecked. Corrupt practices and insufficient oversight mean that violations are rarely addressed, perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and suffering. Section 5. Breaking the chains, a call for change. The exploitation of African workers in gold mines is a stain on our collective conscience. These workers toil under harsh and dangerous conditions, often for meagre wages, while the fruits of their labor enrich others far away. It is imperative that we demand better from companies and governments alike. We must raise our voices and stand in solidarity with these workers, advocating for fair treatment and just compensation. Consumers must be aware of the human cost embedded in their jewelry and investments. Every piece of gold carries a story, often one of suffering and hardship. By making informed choices, we can drive change. International organizations must hold corporations accountable for their actions, ensuring that ethical practices are followed throughout the supply chain. Governments must enforce stricter regulations to protect workers' rights. Legislation should be enacted and rigorously enforced to ensure safe working conditions and fair wages. Only through collective action can we break the chains of exploitation. Communities, activists, and consumers must unite to demand justice and equity. Together, we can ensure that Africa's gold benefits its people, not just its profits. By supporting fair mining practices, we can create a brighter future for all.